This is a movie that has been long in the making. Marvel fans and comic readers have waited years for this movie. And after a slew of Marvel movies that introduced the different characters to us, the general movie-going audience recognized that something big was happening. Because if there was only one admirable thing about the Avengers, it would have to be its scope. They really succeeded in getting a list of famous faces to play these big roles, only to combine them equally in this colossal movie. Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Hawkeye, the Black Widow, Nick Fury, and the Incredible Hulk all have their various moments in the movie, united in their fight against Loki. If I had to name the element that works best in the film, it would be Tom Hiddleston's performance as the bitter, power-hungry demigod. In my review of Thor, I said that Hiddleston was an inspired choice for Loki, but he totally upped his game for this reprisal. His scenes were the best acting moments in the entire film, and he made for a great villain. As for the Avengers themselves, well, it's hard to say anything without referencing their origin films, so let me cover them real quick. I really liked Iron Man, I really liked Thor, I did not like Iron Man 2 at all, and I skipped Captain America as well as Edward Norton's take on the Incredible Hulk. But even if you haven't seen all the origin films, you won't have a problem following this movie if you have a basic knowledge going in. Personally, I loved the character of Thor above the other ones, if for no other reason than Chris Hemsworth's return to the role. Thor comes to Earth as a much more mature figure, ready to stop Loki's plots, but not without an urge to reconcile with his former brother. He didn't just reboot in between movies, he's kept his character arc intact, and he's ready for another one. Meanwhile, Chris Evans does a great job playing Captain America. As a guy frozen during the 40s re-emerging in our time, Evans really conveys the complete cluelessness and disillusionment that someone from that time would have. Robert Downey Jr. continues to capture Tony Stark's arrogance and douchebag behavior, but he seems to just be going through much the same character arc that he went through the last two times. Mark Ruffalo was a welcome addition as the Hulk, as was Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. Nick Fury is played well by Samuel L. Jackson, and he gets some great scenes where he has to own up to S.H.I.E.L.D.'s covert activities. Scarlett Johansson as the Black Widow really succeeded as being so much more than just a sexy-looking woman in black leather. And I think the credit for that should go to writers Zach Penn and Buffy creator Joss Whedon. But Scarlett Johansson should also be credited for her excellent performance. Honestly, The Avengers has a bunch of flaws if you look hard enough, but there were moments, especially in the film's big battle at the end, that left me completely enthralled. Some of the scenes actually gripped me more than any other big-budget epic since The Dark Knight. Seeing these heroes unite and take on a huge invading force after having spent so much time at odds with each other really worked out well. The scenes with them arguing and pointing out each other's flaws and getting at each other's weaknesses, it was great to watch, and it made their union and their teamwork even better. While I know most of us saw the spinning shot of all the heroes looking upwards a million times in the trailer, the movie still manages to make it freshly epic and exhilarating. The Avengers was built up over the course of 5 movies, and while so much could have gone wrong, it was well worth the wait. Watching these heroes clash with each other in the beginning, only for them to slowly form into a team against Loki, was really well done, all things considered. And it's no surprise that it's not only been a huge success, but that there's also going to be a sequel. As to whether that one will work, I'm not so sure. Considering the explosion of sequels that this franchise's success will warrant, I think it might wear out its welcome given half the chance. But maybe I'm just being cynical.